So hang on. I'm getting everything lined up here. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Do my headphones.
I'm perfectly willing to go there. I'm a pissed off man. So.
You're pissed off?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta put my headphones in. How was everybody?
Yeah, I've had a couple. I mean, life is fine. It's just, my wife's cooking fucked up my stomach for a few days.
Your barely functioning insides.
Yeah, my barely functioning insides caused me to get really constipated.
Oh no, that's not good because if you get, I mean, you're just sewn up now, so you got to have easy flow.
Exactly. So I did the smart thing. I started taking Ducalax, and
yeah,
that got the train running on time again.
Yeah, you don't want to be pushing. You'll literally blow a gasket.
Yeah, it's what I didn't do that. So it was just one of the. It felt like I had to go, but I couldn't go, and it's like, okay, well, the wife picked me up some Ducalax, and because you don't want to take a heavy laxative. You want to take something, like a light stool softener, and that's what Ducalax is. And like I said, I got the train running back on time again.
Okay, good. And how does it feel like normal function? Like, does it hurt to go? Like,
oh no, it doesn't hurt to go or anything like that. Everything's fine. I just have a little bit of abdominal pain now. From just from healing up, my abdominal pain is nowhere near as bad as you'd think. So I mean, at least my doctor's appointment's on Friday. Who knows? I might be able to go back to work, albeit at a very limited capacity, but I'll still be able to go back to work.
Oh, that's good.
So hopefully, we'll find out. I mean, at the very least, I would need 2 more weeks, and that's it.
Okay.
By the way, I don't know if you guys are watching, like, if it's showing on the national news, but we're having like heavy flooding here.
Over there?
Washington State. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You see it on there, and it's like it looks like all of Washington State is underwater. It's like south of me, and it's northeast of me. Horrible flooding. Right where I am, I'm fine. But a whole bunch of landslides in the mountains. Like you can't get to eastern Washington. Like there's 3 of the 4 major roads that go through the mountains are either they're shut down. They're either flooded or it's too dangerous, and we're just about to be hit with a blizzard in the mountains. So the 4th one's probably going to be not going to be able to go through either. So nobody can get to eastern Washington or go back and forth really.
Jeez, that sucks.
They have to go around and go through Oregon probably.
And yet, where I'm at, we're getting a heat wave.
Yeah. Where I am, we had a snowstorm a couple of days ago, and it was really beautiful. It's still beautiful out because we don't usually get snow at this time in December. We usually don't start getting a nice snow until I don't know, the middle of January, the beginning of February.
Well, I got a question about like the last shows we did that you haven't put up yet.
Yeah.
Especially the Gino conversation that went into the Mark conversation. I was going to suggest to you when that's done, and you probably can't edit the Mark parts out because it's kind of part of it.
I'm not going to edit anything. It's going straight up. Yeah.
When you're done with it, send it to Mark.
Why? He's just gonna
just to see what. Oh,
come on! You know damn well he's gonna be pissed off anyway.
That'd be great.
Plus, I don't want this guy I don't know being like, who's this Freilich fucker? That's what I don't want to hear.
Oh, it's fine. He's totally harmless.
If he's interested, he'll watch. Like Gino too. I mean, I know Gino searches everywhere for his name anyway, and I'm pretty sure Mark would too. Especially since I'll put their names in the title and then the keywords too. So they'll show up.
Well, maybe I'll look. I unblocked him a while back, so I could once it's up, I could send it to him.
I think I'm gonna start sending. I'm gonna start releasing those episodes around Christmas. So
it'll be a Christmas miracle.
It's a bunch of stuff. I mean, we recorded how much, like, basically 2 hours each time. So I'm gonna chop them up into 30 minute segments or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Just small, basic. Besides, as I've said, I'm not bitter. I'm really not bitter. I just thought people should be aware, because, Mark's always putting feelers out there to be in touch with creative people or something, and so is Gino. People need to be very careful about dealing with Mark and Gino because there's something, I don't want to be melodramatic, but they're kind of almost vampiric in how they try to basically sap people's creativity, you know?
Well, again, I give a pass to Gino because I don't think he fully understands what he's doing.
He's not going to. I gave him a pass 3 times. 3 times is my limit. There's an old Scottish saying about fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, shame on you again. But still, it's fucked up. What do you? You said from starting off from the beginning of this, you said you were pissed off about it. What are you pissed off about, Anderson?
Well, okay, it has to do with the Rob Reiner stuff.
All the recent, how about all the recent tragedy?
I'm sad about the Rob Reiner stuff, but I'm pissed off about what our current president said. And it's not just about what he said, because I expect him to say stuff like that.
You realize he's a troll, right? You know, he's trolling people.
Yes. What pisses me off is the people that are now like, oh, that's the final straw. Mick Foley finally said, oh, this is the final straw. January 6th. Rounding
Mick
up
Foley
brown
is a
people.
huge pussy anyway.
Let's just hold on. Let's just back to you. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was James Woods coming out of the woodworks, no pun intended. To basically say his piece, and he said the same shit. He goes, look, I'm a Trump supporter, but Trump had no business saying what he said.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, he kind of started off by saying that Rob Reiner was always a really decent human being to him, and, you know, they worked together. They were in, he was in Ghost of Mississippi, I think. Did he get an Oscar nomination?
Yeah, and he did. He got an Oscar nomination and all that other stuff.
You know, James Woods is a guy to be commended.
For not a particularly good movie or good makeup or anything.
Oh, yeah, a terrible, terrible movie.
I don't really care about politics. The politics thing really kind of pisses me off anyway, but the thing is, if you've seen like Rob Reiner over the last few years, especially going on Bill Maher, and not really, he's you know, Bill Maher accused him of being in a bubble, and he kind of is, because a lot of people are. They only hear the news that they want to hear. They only hear from their own sources. Rob Reiner didn't seem to know a lot about anything, and he does have kind of this TDS. I mean, we're not talking David Anderson levels, but we're talking really high levels of TDS, where they just go fucking psycho over the very mention of Trump's name. These people are insane because they used to be really good friends with him, and I don't understand.
But then when Charlie Kirk was shot, he was very diplomatic about it. He was. Look, I didn't agree with the guy. He wasn't
like these psychopaths out there who were doing the little dance, shooting a gun into their necks, and laughing about a guy who they never actually listened to or heard anything.
Well, the guy was Charlie Kirk. I did not agree with him, but he basically was a professional asshole. He'd go out there and be all incendiary and piss people off.
No,
I'm not surprised.
Where are you getting that from, Anderson? I've watched his shows. All he ever tried to do was encourage open dialogue. And
we're going to have to agree to disagree, Mr. Non-voter.
Okay. Well, I've seen 30 or 40 videos, and I've watched.
Well, I'm sure you know everything. Well, how about you run for president, douchebag?
Why would I want to run for douchebag?
I got the better one out of both of you. I didn't listen to anything he had to say because I don't care.
Well, yeah. Talk about being in a bubble.
I try to get all points of view, and
I know, and then you make the wrong decision based on it. But that's a whole other.
There's no such thing as a wrong decision in that regard. All it is politics.
And this is why I like being in the middle and not caring, because you want to know why? I don't watch the crazy people on MSNBC or Fox News or all the independent people who go out there. I simply don't fucking care.
I want to know what these bastards are saying.
Wait a minute. This is how the bad people, who I think are the Trump people, this is how the bad people win. They get everybody to be like, I'm sick of this, and then they don't engage. That's not good. We need to make the world a better place.
Though? We're not talking about you are giving me extremes, and the way people actually are like Fralick. They just kind of want to be left alone. I would start a new party and call it the Leave Me Alone Party. That's what I would do. Just leave us alone. Stop raising taxes.
You know what you're doing?
Work. Do not engage in ridiculous discussions about.
So you want to do like Richard Pryor and Brewster's Millions. Don't vote for me.
I wouldn't vote.
Well, and I put that up back in 2016. I think it was when when it was Trump and Hillary, and I said, hey, if any of you guys are on the fence, just remember, and I said none of the above. If you don't like him, don't vote for him. I mean, but whatever.
It was, what this is? It's a perfect storm of something happening when for some reason Trump was elected president in 2016. People went fucking psycho, and then you combine that with lockdowns from the pandemic, social media, the 24-hour news cycle, the 6-week cycle of tragedies that occur every 6 weeks, if you look at it that way. And then from the beginning of this it probably goes back to the year I was born, 1972, which began the rise of the self-esteem movement. You do the self-esteem movement combines together with social media, and everybody thinks that their voice is the most important, and that's why you have so much anger out there. And then you have the hatred that has happened of recent, or it's actually come out a little bit more, about, the hatred of straight white men, because straight white men are somehow Trump. And then anything that Trump does or says, even if it makes sense, people have to hate because it's Trump.
He rarely makes sense.
He does make sense. He does make sense on occasion. He does. Yeah, right now he hasn't been.
The clock is right twice a day, so
he's been a little bit kind of unhinged in his second term, definitely. But
yeah, because he's got all the power, and we're literally marching into fascism. So
I don't.
Whatever.
The thing is, okay, it's kind of like the anti-Semitism that has cropped up. If you've noticed, there's a lot of hatred out there for Jewish people.
Israel isn't doing very nice things lately. So
okay, but the fucking terrorists haven't either. Okay, and there's a lot of lying.
True. That is true.
But the problem is, if they think, okay, so there's this whole thing about Jews. Apparently, they're all in power. They control everything. But the thing is, if you think about it logically, the real people who are in power are the people you're not allowed to criticize. Those are the real people in power. And all I'm hearing is a lot of Jew hate. Obviously, they don't have the power. What do you think, Freya? Like your wife's Jewish?
Well, funny thing is, I don't, unfortunately, with being with a streaming household, we don't watch too much news, and I'm not seeing any anti-Semitism rhetoric going on.
Really? You have not? I mean, I feel like it's everywhere. Everywhere is all about Jew hate right now.
Well, like I said,
you didn't see on the news.
We didn't
see on the news about the thing in Australia. You didn't see anything about that.
The shooting in Australia, for crying out loud. Two Muslim guys just shot everybody.
See, again, you're not engaged.
A bunch of Jewish people were killed at a Hanukkah thing. There was like something going on in Australia, and luckily,
in Australia, where they're not allowed to have guns, where they have tons of gun control.
And the only guy, it's so weird. The only guy that actually got up and helped them was a Muslim guy.
Was a Muslim guy. He's like, fuck this. Yeah, exactly.
The problem here is that you have terrorists that are calling themselves governments. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They are not a government. And these kids are really angry because they want to feel like they're rooting and fighting for the underdog. And to them, the Palestinian situation seems to be the underdog of that. And, there were riots. There were full-scale riots and protests going on at Columbia University right over here. And the thing is, Columbia University's administrators and faculty refused to condemn all these protests, even though they were burning shit down and causing violence and stuff.
Okay, I only got one thing to say about the whole Judaism thing, and I don't want to name names in case this person listens to this podcast, and I won't even refer to their gender. Just know it's my wife's cousin, and a couple of Thanksgivings ago, we drove all the way up to Buffalo Grove. I think I told you this story. They always said, "Oh, fuck it, it's a she." Okay, I'm not even gonna try to do the whole.
Sally.
I'm not even gonna try to do the whole.
Sally, and she has red hair.
They, them. Just know this: she knew. Okay, she herself is Jewish. She was raised fucking Jewish. Okay, she knows that my wife and mother-in-law do not eat pork. We go to Thanksgiving dinner. What does she serve? Fucking ribs, dude. Baby back.
Wait, no turkey?
No turkey.
Jeez.
I'm sitting here happy. I'm like, I get ribs for fucking Thanksgiving. Whose dick do I gotta suck to say thank you? Or in the case of my cousin-in-law, whose clit do I gotta lick to say thank you? But the point is, okay.
Well, I mean, how many card-carrying Jews?
Hold on. That's the thing. She hates her Judaism so much. She hates the fact that she's a Jew, and she hates it so much to the point that she totally spaced out on the fact that two of her cousins, who are Jewish, that do not eat pork, she totally fucking missed the boat on it. They didn't.
Does she do all the Jewy things? Celebrate the holidays? Do all that?
Well, no. If she hates her Judaism, she's not gonna
she literally said when she served her, she goes, "I'm the bad Jew of your family."
Well, then you're not a Jew. You're not. You either are or you aren't. And if you aren't, then say you aren't. Don't say you're a Jew.
but she renounced, and she is in the blood. She's Ashkenazi Jewish.
I get. Well,
it's in the
is
blood.
It really?
Anderson.
I mean, like the thing is, I've always read.
It's in the blood.
I don't think being Jewish isn't genetic. Isn't it
religious more than
anything? It's a difference.
It's in the blood. My wife got a 23andMe. She did the test. 51% Ashkenazi Jewish.
All right, but again, that's an ethnicity. That
My non-Jewish wife just gave me the finger. Anyway. Well, no, I made an obscene. I made an obscene hand gesture, and she gave me the finger.
Okay, Anderson. It was religion and ethnicity. That's how she was brought up. And she renounced.
This is how it is. Okay, yes, it is viewed as religion more than ancestry, but Jewish people consider themselves part of an ethnic group, and it's always been that way for them because Catholics don't go around saying, "Well, I'm Catholic. I was born Catholic." No, you're not kind of born Catholic, but you are kind of born Jewish because you are born into those values. But the point I was trying to make is that there has always been hatred for Jews for millennia. There has been more hatred for Jews than any other group. I know you're going to say, "Oh, American Indian," Indian. You're going to say black. No. The Jews have been oppressed since the beginning of time. Completely oppressed. They were slaves. They were destroyed. They were nearly wiped out on many more occasions than any other group. You not only have the kind of, ethnic jealousy that comes from other groups that want to think they're oppressed. You have a group, Jewish people, and it's the thing that Gene Simmons said once. He said this in an interview with William Shatner. When William Shatner had this interview show called Raw Nerve, he had Gene Simmons on, and he said, Jews have the ability to assimilate. We assimilate into cultures. It's how we survive. A lot of groups don't want to assimilate in that way. And so because of that, they have succeeded on an incredible scale. They are successful as a group. They're up there with Asians, too. Asians also oppressed like crazy. So these people assimilate, they succeed, they kick ass, and they kick everybody's ass. They kick ass to such an extent. Asian people are doing so well now that they can't even get into colleges anymore because they're completely destroying every other group. You're trying to create a false sense of diversity within the system. So you're trying to create systemic diversity, but they don't want to allow anybody in that they don't feel has been oppressed enough. So you not only have groups that hate Jews, you now have Jews that hate Jews. Witness Freilich's story. Jews are a self-hating group. They're a self-loathing group, and they're being now it is really becoming transparent. This level of hatred, we're seeing it everywhere now, and it kind of makes me feel terrible to hear all about that, because I've known Jewish people my whole life. I've attended seders, I've attended bar mitzvahs, and best friends that I've had in my whole life, and they're having to deal with this. And now, because of younger Jewry out there, they're starting. They are for Palestine. They are for Hamas terrorist organizations because they think their people are doing reprehensible, questionable things. Meanwhile, just everybody is.
It's not the Jewish people. It's the Israeli government.
It's the Israeli government. This is the most important thing. Okay, like the Palestinians. This is not their government. They are being run and ruled by a horrible terrorist group. The Jews in Israel are being run by a really terrible government. So these are governments. These are people with guns. These aren't the actual people. A lot of these people get along, man. They really do. But they're being driven by their media, by their government to hate each other. And it needs to stop. Come on, 2026, year of peace. Let's do it. Right now, everybody shake hands. Let's do this.
And all I can say is everybody stop believing the Russian and Chinese propaganda that they try to infect the internet with.
Nobody should believe anything like propaganda. I see Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss is now is the editor of CBS News Division, right? She is not a journalist. She is a fucking propagandist, and it irritates me because she goes around calling people liars. You don't do that. In journalism, you don't call people liars. In journalism, you report facts as you see them.
Our president does it all the time. He calls everybody fake news.
I don't care about what Trump does. I don't care about what Obama
he's
did.
The fucking president.
But everybody fucking hates Trump, okay? There are people who even profess to love him and voted for him last year.
77 million people didn't hate him enough to not vote for him, so there you go.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I don't understand why people vote, because everybody votes for a fucking dictator. Everybody votes for their own common interest and their own personal interest, I should say. So they're all voting for a dictator in the end. That's
I know, because
that's what they want.
there's something wrong with America, and we're not addressing it. We're just letting it happen. But oh well.
Let's move on to death. Okay, we had 3
Okay,
tragic
yes.
deaths this week. Okay, first you had Rob Reiner. Jesus Christ, Rob
Reiner, that wasn't a death. That was a murder.
Well, yeah, but it was a death. You know, I mean, like Me TV is like, you know.
Now
in
I want
honor
to say
of Rob
say
Reiner.
this: the way he died now, as horrible as that is, it's relatively quick.